Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video. If you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code STARCO to get a free starter pack. To do so, it is pretty simple. You go in the settings, use promo code, and you enter the code STARCO, STARKO. You press OK and you will receive your free starter pack. So guys, for a few weeks now I've been working in the brand new arena team, and today it is time to reveal the team that we are now using in arena. Well, mostly using, because obviously in arena, depending on which team you actually fight, sometimes you do have to change the way you're actually fighting, so change leadership and change things in your team. But the base team I'm actually using in arena is the one we're going to be talking about today in this video. So first, let's just give you guys a sneak peek of what my team looks like. So let's jump into the profile, and this is the team, guys. 140,000 power. We have Hiralead, Well Salvador, Kegi, Boreas, and Eric Shellbreaker. And the only characters that's not gear 12 in this list is actually Eric. I do believe Kegi is gear 12 too. We're gonna take a look at that in a minute, but yes, Eric is the only one that's not gear 12. Ability level 7 on most of those that have ability level 7, which helps a lot. But honestly, ability level 7, you really only need a couple, maybe 2 or 3 ability to level 7 to actually perform as good as I perform with this team in gear 12. It's not required. I used to clear rank number 1 since the merge in arena when they were all gear 11. Now gear 12 make things a lot easier, obviously. So this is the team. Now we're gonna go take a look at the build of every single character in this team, from Boreas to Eric Shellbreaker, and then we're gonna go in the arena and we're gonna do one fight so you guys can actually see in action. And hopefully this fight is not gonna be RNG fest, because you know sometimes when you fight the metas, there's a guy called Garrett that can get RNG buff removal that can definitely mess the whole thing up. That is literally the only counter against Salvador is buff removal. If you have buff removal, you can actually beat me. If you don't have buff removal, well, or if you have big AoE too, you can beat me. But if you don't have these two things, my team is gonna win pretty much. I have like a 95% winning rate with this team, pretty much, if that makes sense. So the first characters we're going to talk about is Boreas. Boreas is going to be about 80 to 85% of your damage. Boreas is very, very important to build very strong. You want to have its critical chance as high as possible. As you can see, 6 critical chance runes. We have a critical chance artifact here. If we actually go take a look at its stats, because you can not see it on the left here. If we look at the stats here, you can see 79% critical chance. We have 216 speed, and those are the stats that actually matter on this guy. Obviously, potency can actually be useful to apply more bleed, but bleed in arena don't really matter. It's really about getting going as fast as possible and doing as much critical hit as possible. That's I do believe that is what's the most useful for him. Now, which ability you should actually get to level 7 on this guy? Definitely Unity is a big ability to get to level 7. Then you have this one here, critical chance increase for 2 turns, so pretty much give you 100% critical chance plus 20% turn meter. So this ability is important to get to level 7. And then you have this ability that is very important to get to level 7, because it just gives you so much damage and you reduce the max cooldown by 1. So if you have it at level 6, 4 turn cooldown. If you get it at level 7, 3 turn cooldown. So this ability is so important. So you have those 3 abilities that are very important on this guy to actually get to level 7 if you want to perform well on this guy. Very important. Now, if you can only get 2 ability, I recommend getting the wind power ability and the wanding arrow ability to level 7, and the other 2 can actually be at level 6. Now if we actually take a look at the next characters, which is Hera. Hera is going to be the lead. Hera does not have ability level 7, so all you actually care about her is to actually give her as much speed as possible. The other 2 runes don't actually matter. She's not going to be doing damage, she's not going to be doing anything but applying those the invisibility, and that is pretty much all she's there for. And her leadership, obviously her leadership is amazing, so you want to have as much speed as possible on her. You can see her have her at 226 speed. We did buy a bunch of runes for her. You can see 8 speed on this one, 28 speed. We have 6 speed here. This one is shit, I need to replace it soon, but still 3 speed. This one I have 4 speed, another one that needs to be replaced sadly, but I do like the 24% shield. It does help. And here we have 13 speed, so this is why I went with critical chance on the 6 slots, because this one 13 speed, that's hard to beat. So it's all about speed on her, but critical chance can actually help her do a little bit extra damage. So it's nice to actually had some critical chance on her, but it's not going to make a big difference. Really not going to do much. Still waiting for her to actually get ability level 7. When she does, we are definitely going to be covering her which ability to actually get to level 7. Next, guys, we have Salvador. Salvador is just a monster. Artifact, you want an artifact with tenacity. That is pretty much all that matters. You want this guy to be as slow as possible, so in the first 2 turn, the first actually 3 turn will take most of the fight. That is actually what you want to happen. So having this guy as slow as possible. You can see here we have 100 speed on him. If you can get below 100 speed, that's even better, but I don't think I got any speed at secondary on him or at primary. So we're gonna take a look at the runes here. But first, ability. This ability is very important to level 7 because see, plus 5% physical armor for each living pride in the party. So that means you're gonna be running for 4 pride. That's 20% physical armor, and also the amazing thing here is that Talon is actually physical attacks. So characters like Talon and other physical damage dealer are gonna suck against Salvador. Now, a team that's gonna be very successful against my pride team though is the Panda team, because the Panda team does so much magic damage. And also, if Salvador has a steel shell, any talent is a speed is decreased by 30%. So instead of having 100 speed after the first turn, I get down to 70 speed, which is quite crazy. So this ability to level 7 is very important. Then we have this ability at level 7. This one's actually not that important. It's nice to have that debuff immunity for 2 turns, but even if it's at 50%, it does not matter that much. It's the steel shell that is very important. We are going to be applying debuff immunity from Eric Shellbreaker anyway. So this ability, don't need to get it to level 7. Level 6 is totally fine. Same thing with this one. This ability at level 6 is fine. At level 7, you're gonna get a little bit extra damage and tenacity increase, which is great, but it does not matter that much. And this one at level 6 is totally fine. You're gonna get extra shield and shield size if you get it to level 7, but not very important. So the only ability that's very important to get to level 7 is a power of ancient. So get this one to level 7 and you're all set with this guy. If you look at the runes here, guys, you're gonna see no speed, a lot of tenacity. We have 5 speed here, sadly. Eventually that needs to be removed. Here we have no speed. We have a lot of armor, tenacity, HP. That's what's going to be important on him. Shield, armor, HP, tenacity. That is all the stats that are very important on him, and the least amount of speed as possible. And you can see here the pattern. And you can see here, I do need to replace this one for a 5 stars tenacity rune, so we can actually get his tenacity even higher than it is right now. So you want to speed as low as possible, so 100. The base speed you can actually have on him is 95. You want a tenacity as high as possible. I could probably reach over 140% if when I fix my top left corner runes and remove this speed here, probably with the rune with tenacity here, and that's pretty much what's important on this guy. You want his shield as high as possible, obviously. You want his HP as high as possible, and you want his armor as high as possible. You can see here we got 49% physical armor. You had the 20% physical armor for having 4 pride in your team, so that gives you 69% physical armor, which is a lot. So that's actually what you want on this character. Next we have Kegi. A lot of people underestimate Kegi. Kegi is actually pretty awesome. great damage. Again, Kegi, you want Kegi to be as fast as possible, but also to have good critical chance, because if you can get a critical hit with this second skill, it's actually going to be doing a lot of damage. If we look at the skills here, important to get to level 7. This one here, Alliance of Wind, is going to be very important. 10% extra magic damage, and Boras will get tenacity increase, which is actually at the start of the battle, which can actually be quite useful. Second ability here, we have wind speed, which is the third ability. 20% increase turn meter to himself and 4 allies, which is everybody in the team. So 20% increase turn meter to everybody, with a max cooldown reduced by 1. So instead of being a 5 turn cooldown, it's now 4 turn cooldown. So it's actually pretty awesome. The 20% increase of turn meter and ace applied to everybody is just amazing. Just for this ability, that is worth having him. But also this ability, guys, level 7 is very important because you get an extra 25% accuracy increase. So you have 75% chance to apply accuracy increase to everybody. Very, very, very important. Plus this ability actually do, when a critical hit, quite do a lot of damage, which is very useful. And the tenacity when you're facing so many Titania in sorry about that, we're facing so many Titania in arena, guys, that accuracy is so important. So that is actually going to be helping your team a lot. And then you have the basic ability, we don't care at level 7, because only an extra 25% chance to repeat the attack, which it's not that important in my opinion. So definitely all those 3 abilities, ability 2, 3 and passive, they all need to be level 7 if you can. Those are the most important. Now if you can only get 1 to level 7, this is definitely the one to gain ace and 20% turn meter to everybody, because you have that level 6, you lose the 20% AoE turn meter, which is a huge advantage. So that will be the most important one to get to level 7. The second most important will be Tornado, and the third most important will be the passive. And then we have Eric Shellbreaker. Eric Shellbreaker is pretty basic, guys. As much speed as possible, get his ability to level 6, and you're gonna kick ass. And I think I forgot to show the stats on this one with the runes here, but the runes is basic, guys. As much speed as possible, critical chance if you can get it, and that is pretty much it. You can see 200 speed here, and then we get 41% critical chance. And you can see the pattern here, speed top primary, and we want to get as much speed as possible on every runes. We're missing speed on top runes here, that needs to be fixed, but here 5 speed, missing speed again here, that needs to be fixed. Missing speed here again, damn, I'm missing a lot of speed. Yeah, runes needs to be redone on this guy really bad. We're gonna be able to get his speeds probably around 230 when we do that, which is gonna be awesome. Just need some gold to buy some runes from the rune shop, and then we're gonna be able to fix this guy soon. But that's how you build him, guys. You want to have him over 225 speed if you can. Then we have this guy. This guy is really just for this skill. Applying buff immunity is just debuff immunity is just amazing. That's what you want from him. Also, we can do a good decent amount of damage, which is useful, but it's really about his buff immunity. You want that debuff immunity, you want that to happen as often as early as possible in the fight. So you need to give him as much speed as possible. Personally, I have 205 speed, which is too low for him. Still, we need to get him more speed, but that does the job for now. Here you can see we have extra speed. Critical chance is very useful for him to actually trigger more damage. We have speed primary here. Here we have 11 speed, we have 5 speed, and you can see here I'm actually going with shield because I want him to survive more. Here we have 8 speed, shield again. Here we have shield again with 4 speed. Need more speed here, but overall is actually doing a pretty decent job. And if we actually look at a speed, not a speed, but a stats, you can see 38,000 shield without being at gear 12 is actually pretty damn solid. 205 speed, and we have 38% critical chance. So it does the job, and that's the build we have on him. So next, guys, we're gonna show this team in action. We're gonna go in arena, and we're gonna take the position number 1, at least try, unless Eric decide to have his but not Eric, but Garrett decide to have buff removal on the first turn, we shall be fine. If not, well, we're gonna have to to do another fight later on to reach a position number 1. But I want to showcase this team in arena, and hopefully, no, we don't have, we're gonna get days. Oh, we actually dodged days on the Boreas. That's actually awesome. So we're gonna get days, but we did not get buff removal, which is great. So the first thing we're gonna do is kill Titania, guys. That is literally the most important thing to do. Buff immunity, kill Titania, and get the win here. That is pretty much all we gotta do. As you can see, the shield just got murdered here. A lot of damage here. A second ability, we're gonna go with a turn meter increase, so you can actually get another turn faster. And then we're gonna go smack. You can see even the basic ability of Boreas does so much damage. We're gonna apply shell here. We don't have yet a buff removal, which is pretty great. We're gonna kill Titania in a minute here, and then we are going to get an easy win. At least it's supposed to be. Still no buff removal, so we are doing very good. You can see the damage here. Boreas is just freaking ridiculous. And he's pretty much the only one doing real damage here, which is why he's here. This one we should be able to finish that with basic. Now we actually dodged the buff removal, so that was actually pretty great. So next we want to kill Garrett, because Garrett can actually be quite a pain in our butt. And you see, so far my Salvador only got 1 turn. And that's actually what we want from him. The slower he is, the easier it's going to be for us to actually keep that count up and get the job done. Here we go. Almost, well, we want he has a cheat dead there, so that was pretty easy. Next, we're going to go for Eric, and we just keep buff for the end because it does not matter. Against this team, buff is pretty damn weak. He's going to do a little bit of healing, but nothing to actually really matter. And you can see this team was like a lot higher power level than my team, and we're gonna 3-star this fight with shield left on most of my characters, which is how crazy this team is actually is. If you can, at least to face that kind of meta team is actually very, very strong. Now when you face other teams, it's get different. Like if I face a 0 lead, unless my Salvador can resist the 0 lead, I'm actually gonna get screwed. But normally it's still gonna work against 0 lead. Now against the Lake team, that's different, because Lake can remove buff a lot. Well, the Panda team can remove a lot of buff and all that stuff. So what I do is pretty much I go with 0 lead. I bring Talon. Who I bring? Give me a sec, guys, I'm thinking. So I will bring 0 lead to actually counter the Panda right off the bat. I will bring my my Garrett to actually counter that. So I'll go Talon, Garrett, Boreas for the damage, and then I will bring 1 defender and something else. So usually it's going to be buff and Kiri, or buff and Titania, and that's the team I'm actually going to be running against a team like this Panda team here, the Locust team. That's usually what I'm going to be running, and I take care of them pretty damn easy. So this is how I made it to the top. Position number 1 on my chart after the charge merge. When I was running the old Talon team, you know, this team here, Talon, Garrett, Eric, Buff, and Titania, I couldn't even stay in the top 10. And since I changed to my Pride team with Eric, well, I've been able to hit that number 1 position against any team. I beat teams 160,000 power with my 140,000 power team. It's actually pretty crazy. This thing works very good. If you have any question, comment, feedbacks about that team, guys, let me know in the comment section. I've been testing it for about 2 weeks, and let me know. I can let you guys know that this team performed very, very, very well. I just hope that nobody from my arena shards actually watching this video, because I don't want my life to become more difficult. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video will be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video. It helps the channel grow, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.